Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome. So, Sagittarius, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading. I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it. Sagittarius, when I was meditating to prepare for your reading, I was getting a lot of terms around sweetness. Okay, so there's like this sweet, soft energy that I feel is coming through for you during your birthday season, which is beautiful. And I was also getting a song by Shania Twain. It's an older song. In Your Arms, I believe is the name of it, or something like that. She says, and there ain't no way I'm letting you go now. Yeah, check that song out. And actually, I think I got that song recently, okay? And don't mind my singing, by the way. I did get that song recently for another zodiac sign. Was it you? I don't remember. Anyways, check out that song. It may resonate with you. You might also randomly hear it online, in the store, in your car. If you do, come back to this reading, watch it again. I feel like the readings resonate even better if you watch it once and then come back to it a week or two later. So food for thought. But anyways, yeah, it's like this very like loving, caring energy coming through. I don't know if you're getting in tune with that more feminine part of yourself here, Sagittarius, or you're just craving more of that in your life. Of course, that song reminds me of love and romance. That could also be highlighted for you, but take it as it resonates. And let's go ahead and get into it and see. So you have the card of Pluto, Scorpio energy. For some of you, you might have that in your chart or be dealing with someone who has it in their chart. And or it's just simply the influencing vibes. And this card talks about renewals, transformations, changes, endings, beginnings. This is all about utilizing your basic instincts, Sagittarius, coming into your personal power and evolving. And I feel like there's some sort of evolution going on around relationships, in particular, significant relationships. And we have the holiday season coming up, right? So sometimes the holiday season, at least here in the US, can be, you know, it could be really, really good or really, really bad. Just kind of depends on what you have going on, but it's usually a very intense, busy, like, time. So you might also be feeling that energy come through as you, whoa, oh my gosh, I got a whole story here, as you prepare for your birthday season and for the upcoming holidays, if you celebrate the holidays. But it's like this very intense and extreme energy, but it could be either extremely, extremely exhilarating or extremely frustrating, or you might be jumping back and forth between the two highs and lows. So let's see what else came out. We got a whole reading here for you, and I only meant to get one card out, but you have Justice card, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Libra energy here for some of you being highlighted as well. So this is talking about, I'm getting the song, Know When to Hold 'Em, Know When to Fold 'Em. I guess it's all about knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them. But what I was going to say is, like, these two card combinations talk about sometimes it's best not to take action. Sometimes it's best not to let our voices be heard. All right. Sometimes we do need to make that stance. We do need to communicate. And other times it serves us better to kind of take a back seat, to kind of remove ourselves from situations, especially situations that may feel chaotic or intense, or that would have the ability to bring us into our own lower level vibrations and mood, right? So there's some sort of message here at Sagittarius about keeping the peace, keeping your integrity, keeping a neutral stance as well, and knowing when to not take action, right? Especially if you're feeling divided about something, especially if you feel like you don't have all the information, or that there's some sort of restriction around this, okay? So I feel like there's actually going to be more progress made in a situation or relationship if you kind of just maintain your composure and take a step back. It's like, it's almost like, it feels counterintuitive to say do nothing and that's how things get done, but that is the guidance. It's almost like the more involved you get, right, the more complicated and less things get done. Okay, so it's almost like encouraging you to take the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, know when to pull away. And honestly, especially if a situation is frustrating or kind of intense, that is the best thing to do for you emotionally until you can collect yourself, until you can feel, you know, clarity around a situation, is to kind of pull away and not do anything until you're in a better space, right? Okay. So let's see what else is coming through for your Sagittarius. We're going to go into the Headspace. Oops, I just knocked over my water. And then we're going to look at the heart space, what you got going on in your heart space. And then the big spiritual picture. And to go from there. And that song is still playing. And there ain't no way I'm letting you go now. You'll never see that day. Because I'm keeping you forever and for always. All right, so Page of Wands, 8 of Wands. 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Why that? All right, so I'm getting messages about like two-sidedness, two sides to every story, two-sidedness. There's always two sides to every story. Okay. Anyways, Page of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. So it seems to me, Sagittarius, that there's like initially coming into this time frame, right? There's kind of like this playfulness, this excitement, things feeling like they're going your way, movement forward, a feeling of like, I'm hearing I made it, or maybe you haven't made it completely to your goals or to your end game, which there is no end game because we're eternal, but you know what I mean? But it's like you've hit some kind of benchmark on a karmic scale, on a spiritual scale, on an emotional scale. It's like feeling a sense of accomplishment, even though you still have, you know, much more life to live and more things to accomplish. It's that sense of like, you know, over one hurdle or one thing more under your belt. You know what I mean? So there's that coming in. And then right on the heels of that is like kind of this concerning energy where there might be drama, family drama, conflict, things going on that doesn't have to be specifically that, but some sort of energy that's creating some sort of internal tension within you that has you feeling like, a little bit out of balance here, Sagittarius, and almost out of place, okay? So it's like on one hand, you have this beautiful energy coming through in one area of your life. And then on the other hand, in another area of your life, there seems to be a lot of strife around that, or a lot of buildup of tension around that. And it just makes you feel at odds, I feel, with, you know, where you're going or how to behave, one of the two. And I'm hearing good witch, bad witch. Sounds weird, but it's almost like, you know how they have like two little angels that sit on your shoulder, like a good angel and a bad angel? I kind of feel like that's what it is. Like you could also be having some sort of duel internally of like taking the higher road or the road of integrity. The heck, my cards keep falling out. Or like allowing yourself to sink in your shadow. Sagittarius, okay? So it's almost like the way to get to what you want faster is always to take the road of integrity, you know, keeping your integrity, maintaining good intentions for yourself and for others, and success is sure to follow, right? But sometimes it is easy to get stuck in our ego or feel like there's a sense of like competition or drama or getting entangled in stuff like that that could really pull you out of alignment and therefore muddy the waters and put a hurdle in place where there should be an accomplishment. Okay. So let's see what's coming through and go a little bit deeper into the heart space. Seven of Pentacles. It's really interesting that I got that song because it's such a sweet song. And then I feel like there's some sort of, they're saying sweet and sour. There's like some sort of contradictory energy here, right? Let's see what else. There it is. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. There's definitely either two different situations going on or you being of two minds about one situation, okay? Because I keep getting two very different messages here. What are they reaching for? Yeah, so let me show you what I mean. In the heart space, right? Let me show you these cards. Look how bright these cards and how dark these cards are. There's some sort of duality going on, and it showed up twice. And this has actually happened in a reading of yours before where the cards split like this. So on an emotional level here, I feel like you taking the time, right, to invest in yourself or to work on things that broaden your horizons or broaden your mind. There's this sense of like feeling fortunate or feeling blessed coming through. That's helping you to kind of like stabilize your energy on an emotional level here, Sagittarius. And then there's this other energy going on maybe in a different arena of your life or just something else that's going on in the background that really has a tendency to get the best of you, you know, get all in your head, make you start worrying, feeling like you cannot trust a situation or, oh, really? Wow. Okay, sorry. So what this is about is like, you know, when you've been struggling for a while and you get used to the struggle, and it almost becomes your norm, right? And then finally you break loose of that cycle and things start going your way. Well, because you get used to your struggle, it's easy then to fear or not trust that the other shoe isn't going to drop. You know what I mean? Or it's almost like what literally I heard was that like too good to be true type of stuff, or like almost being afraid of your own good fortune and happiness. I don't want to say like this is like an intense fear that you're grappling with, but it's a subtle undertone within the collective Sagittarius energy. It's like this, they're showing me an eyebrow raised. Like, you know, okay, so what that conveys to me is like an eyebrow raised is like this like skepticism, right? About even your own blessings, but it could also be directed at other people too. So I guess that's just something to be aware of, right? Like, don't naysay your own blessings here, Sagittarius. Like, you can trust that everything is working out for you. We go through cycles, right? We go through, and they can last anywhere from 3 to 7 years. I feel like in my life personally, and my Venus is in Sagittarius, it comes in 7-year cycles. But there are cycles that I've been through where it just seems like it's one thing after the next. And then I come out of that, and then the next 7 years or whatever, it's like blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying everybody goes through big spans of 7-year cycles. I just noticed that in my own life. But it's almost like you're on this trajectory right now where you're going into that better cycle. You know what I mean? And you can trust it. But you have trouble maybe trusting it because of the struggles that you've been through in the past. All right, so during this time frame, in moments where you don't have clarity or maybe you're in that insecure or fearful state, don't take action during those time frames. Step back, allow yourself to breathe. Remember how blessed you are, and then come back to your center and come back to this reading a few times, because I feel like there's going to be a few times during your birth month, during December, that you might need a reminder about that, right? Because there does seem to be external influences here as well that may creep in, okay? Sometimes the Five of Wands talks about other people kind of impacting our energy, right? Sometimes this talks about family issues, okay? Or internal conflict, okay? But I actually feel like there also is external influences involved here that have the ability to kind of throw you off and make things feel heavier than they need to feel in your life, make you question things that you don't need to question in your life, because ultimately what you've learned and what you are learning on a spiritual level, Sagittarius, is to depend on yourself. That you can depend on yourself because you have, because you've made it this far because of that. You know what I mean? And that you can also depend on the universe to have your back, because it always will provide for you as long as you don't get in the way of that with fearful and insecure thoughts. It's staying in a place of trust and love that's going to get you where you want to go. So let's go into the bigger spiritual picture, the Two of Swords. Six of Swords. All right. Your cards are like flying. The Hermit, the Lovers, Judgment. So you seem to have some decisions to make here. All right. Again, don't make a decision until you're clear. And I feel like there is some clearing up that needs to be done on an energetic level, but maybe also with other external people or a person, before you should jump, right? Before you should make any sort of decision. There's like internal reflection going on around relationships or a specific relationship that seems to be pretty heavy, a pretty heavy influence in this reading. There's that insecurity and doubt again, fear of being led astray, fear that you cannot trust your own intuition. You know, you need to let go of that, Sagittarius. You can trust yourself. You can trust that you have guidance, that your emotions are letting you know what is for you and what is not for you, and you can follow that. Okay. And I'm just getting words like give up the struggle, take the path of least resistance. Sometimes the path of least resistance isn't so obvious when we're bogged down in the details or the emotions of a situation, right? Sometimes it's not always easy to know, you know, like what would be the path that would feel best to me. And the way that they're encouraging you to go about this is to leave everyone else's thoughts, emotions, and feelings out of it and just solely ask yourself, what feels good to me? What feels good to me? What feels good to me? And follow that. Yeah, because I keep getting like, you know, things like don't be too many outside influences or allowing yourself to be influenced from the outside. That's where most of us lose our way in life. We let other people tell us what's good for us, what we should do, how we should feel. But most people don't even know what's good for them, better yet you. Careful who you take advice from, Sagittarius. Usually the people who want to give the most advice are the ones that need to take it the most. You know what I mean? Which is a little ironic because I'm a tarot reader, but I do try to take my own advice. Genuinely, I do. But, you know, we all do that to some extent, but it's just like, yeah, if you're, listen to your heart, you know what I mean? Listen to your heart and trust, and trust here. There's change coming through, and sometimes change is really, really uncomfortable. Okay, and I feel like they're saying this is going to last through January. But ultimately, it is for your benefit. There is some self-reflection needed here, especially around a particular connection or relationship, where maybe you need to let go a little bit or release some judgment on self or others. Because remember, I got that skepticism here. And allow things to move forward naturally. You are not being led astray. All right? You're not being led astray. You've not gone off of your path, although it may feel like a detour right now, but things really are working out for you, and you can trust that. And I feel like that message is coming through pretty strong. So let's see what the guidance card has to say then. Synchronicity. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity I can't read it. Let me try that again. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending to you? People and situations in your life are not appearing by coincidence. In reality, they are being guided to you from spirit to help you for a specific reason. So this is one, you know, look for the signs. There's always signs everywhere, but also nothing is coincidence, including the people that come into your life. None of that is a coincidence. It is all a match through law of attraction and guided through the spiritual realm, and you can trust that. So pay attention to the signs, Sagittarius, because they are everywhere. Wow, beautiful reading. I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs that you could be dealing with or have in your own birth chart. I have Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Libra again, Scorpio, Aquarius, Aries. Those are the prominent zodiac signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do have events and content over there as well. Stay tuned because the you versus them readings are going to be the next round. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so in the About section. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Sagittarius. And until next time, my friends, namaste.